card I pulled from my pocket was actually the top card of the deck. Now let's watch it again from a different angle. What's going on, guys? Hope you're doing good and welcome back to another tutorial video here on this channel. And today I'm going to teach you a bit of easy sleight of hand that allows you to get the top card of a deck into a gambler's cop. And if you don't know what a gambler's cop is, it's essentially holding a card secretly so the audience can't see it. And from here there are so many possibilities. You can load this into other decks, you can load it into your pocket, into a wallet. So to be able to cop the top card, which is very difficult to say, to be able to do that is a bit of a superpower. So this is a sort of top cop variation. It does use both hands, although the main mechanics actually sort of happen in one hand. And it's really, really easy. So let's dive into this top cop variation thing. Now, I've done a whole video on just the gambler's cop, but I'll explain it really quickly here because it's so easy to explain. All you do is you take a card, you place it into your hand, and then you relax your hand. You're not gripping the card, that's a sort of common misconception. You're not gripping it, it's the relaxation of your hand that's going to keep that card in place. And from so many angles, this card will just not be seen. And obviously, being a magician is all about knowing your angles and understanding your angles. So practice with a mirror and that will just come so naturally. So that is the gambler's cop, essentially. But obviously for the top cop, we need the card that we want to cop on top. But let's imagine a scenario where they name any card. All I need to do is go through the deck, find their card and cut it to the top. Now maybe the deck is in stack and you already know where it is, that could be a real time saver, but if it's a shuffled deck, you simply go through and you cut it to the top, and now you've got a named card under your control. Not only is it on top, but using this move, which is so simple, just looks like that, I now have their card separate from the deck and I can do whatever I feel is necessary with this card. Now, when you're staring directly at this move, like the camera is at the moment, yeah, obviously you're going to see a bit of movement, you're going to see something going on. But to a spectator, under the right conditions, with the right beats and rhythms, you know, all of that sort of misdirection stuff, they're not going to see this. This is going to fly under the radar. The move itself is essentially going to be your fingers along this side of the deck. I'm holding the deck in my left hand, so it's going to be my left fingers. Pretty much my middle ring and pinky fingers are going to contact this card, pull that card away. Now when this hand is on top, this is going to steady the deck. So the top card is going to go from here to here. And at this point, this hand is going to lift the deck ever so slightly, just so it can clear that corner. So I just clear that corner and then lie this card into gambler's cop and I can riffle. And the riffle is purely so that the movement just looks like maybe I'm rearranging the deck so I can just riffle. And this is just a fidget move, you know, it's not something that the spectator needs to be aware of. It's just, you're a magician, you're just playing with the deck, you do a little riffle. It's not a big deal. And the card is poking out quite a bit at the back here. I don't think that's necessarily a bad thing. If you can control your angles, I mean from so many angles, even from all the way back here, you know, I'm practically turned around and you still can't see that. Obviously from this side, you're going to see something, but when this hand is over the top, your arm is pretty much covering that, your sort of wrist is covering this. So once again, your index finger is sort of curled underneath the deck, slightly propping it up away from your hand. These fingers are going to contact this card, and what they're not doing is just pulling that card round, which you can do. That is a move in itself to take the top card to the bottom. That right there is a move, and maybe that's worth practicing if you want to get that motion down. And it is a similar motion, don't get me wrong, you are gripping that card, but instead of just going straight under the deck like this, you're going to go backwards. And it's almost easier actually. When I do that, I don't know if it's just because I do this a lot more than the other move, but I find this easier just to rock that card right back into a gambler's cop. And it doesn't need to be precise. One thing about the gambler's cop is that every time you do it, it is going to be slightly different by millimeters. And we are talking millimeters here, but I guess that's important in sleight of hand. So it pulls, it goes backwards, and it's right here in gambler's cop. And at this point, I then just take the deck, maybe I hand it off to a spectator, or maybe I just pop it on the table, and then I'm done. I'm already loaded here. I just loaded it into my back pocket. So maybe it is a named card pocket effect. I mean, that in itself is a really good trick. Or maybe you want to go further, maybe you want to keep it in cop and have a different deck of cards, maybe a borrowed deck of cards brought into play. So let's say this is the borrowed deck. All I do is I line it up and I just give the deck a single cut. I don't really want to give too many ideas in this video just because this is so versatile, this move, and I think it's fun for you guys to come up with, you know, stuff of your own. So let me know what you would use this move for in the comments below. Make sure to leave a like on this video, and I think that's about it. So there we have it. Thank you very much for watching this video, and if you are new and you've never seen a video from me before, then consider subscribing. I've made some other tutorials which you might enjoy. I'll leave a link to that playlist in a second. Just one more thing before I go. The deck of cards I was using in this video are the BOD playing cards. So I'll leave a link to their Instagram down in the description, because I think they've got another deck of cards coming which looks pretty sick. So yeah, that's everything. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you very soon.